And Representative Ilana Ros-Lehtinen was inside the chamber for the Prime Minister's speech. She joins us. I'm going to ask you about the substance of it, but I am curious about Leader Pelosi is the leader, and her. I don't know if you saw her response throughout the address.
Well, her response, her written response, the conference, everything about the reaction of so many on the other side of the aisle to the leader of our greatest ally, this democratic state of Israel. This is an oasis of freedom and democracy in a desert of tyranny and repression, and we're going to turn our back to Netanyahu, whoever he is. It's not about personalities. It should be about policy. And I thought that his speech was common sense. It was straightforward. Maybe didn't have all the flowery language that President Obama puts on his teleprompter, but it told the people what they needed to hear. The other side of the coin about why Iran continues to be the world's biggest state sponsor of terrorism. That has not changed.
All right, now we go to the substance. Did you learn anything new?
Well, I learned that President Obama said first, Prime Minister is going to give away too many details on the secret deal, and then he criticizes the Prime Minister for not giving anything new. I think it was something new. He was telling the American people, which is really the prime audience, not us, that Iran controls 4 Arab capitals: Baghdad, Beirut, Sana'a, Damascus, and it's going to compete with ISIL, not because it doesn't like what ISIL wants to do, because Iran wants to be the caliphate of that whole region.
Do you believe Iran wants a nuclear weapon, yes or no?
Yes, and we are allowing it to have it with this deal.
All right. If you believe that, what is it that could stop Iran from getting that nuclear weapon? Is there any deal?
Well, yes, if we demand what we used to want to say. We used to say that we needed to have Iran dismantle its nuclear infrastructure and stop all enrichment. Now, Greta, we're talking about how much enrichment are they allowed to have.
But then I hear that we find out that they do it way underground and we don't even know they're doing it.
And the IAEA says, the supervising agency says, we don't have access to all of this, all of these facilities. Many could be underground. And this is while negotiations are taking place. So like the Prime Minister says, can you imagine what will happen after? That's why it's important for Congress to have a say, and that's why it's important to continue putting sanctions.
Well, I don't know if sanctions are the answer, but it certainly is curious to me is that if you believe that they want a nuclear weapon, and you do, and if you believe that they can hide it underground so we don't know what they're doing, it's a bit curious what an agreement can possibly do unless it's this incredible monitoring where we're in there every single day, every single inch of their country at all times.
Well, that's what we must demand. Why should we negotiate from a position of not from strength, but from weakness? This is a bad deal. The Prime Minister said it. I think that we should believe it. And we're not alone in this. When he says, look at all the Arab nations that are going to have nuclear weapons, it is going to be a call to arms.
Congresswoman, nice to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Greta.
And more than